All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Tuesday, October 8th, set by Tramp. Before I begin, just a programming note. I think it was Sully mentioned in a comment recently that on a big screen these videos look a bit blurry on some days. I saw that myself. I did troubleshoot my recordings to make sure they're okay. They're all in 1080, so maybe they don't blow up well to anything higher. But I then realized when I watch YouTube on my television through a Roku, within the settings I had it set to auto, and for my crossword video, for some reason, it defaulted to 320. So I went in and I overrode that and set it to 1080, and the video suddenly became clear. So if you're having that problem, that may be helpful for you. Anyway, excuse me. The crossword, as I think I said, is by Tramp. Let's see what Tramp has for us. Cosmetic treatments deal with bags. I presume it's going to be some kind of cosmetic treatments. Excuse me. Oh, well, facelifts would be the obvious. But how would... Oh, maybe to deal with might be to face. But how are bags, lifts? I can see it's somehow related. I think lifts can be purloins, right? Takes illegally. Bags I think of as more to land something, to achieve it, or to grab it. I'll put in facelifts and we will see if the downs agree with it. Oh, well, here is face, excuse me, unsociable hours mainly, face getting sacked. What are unsociable hours, like overtime? No, not seeing it. Do I see curve? Do I see? I see could be the letters I see. Do, of course, we often see party in the clue and do becomes part of the answer. Maybe it's the other way around, but well, it's not party, but something meaning a party beginning with C. A curve could be an arc. No. Pressure on one in debt. Snap quickly in early meeting. Yeah, I don't know what early meeting would be. I presume pressure on one in debt is the definition because the other seems like wordplay. No, I'm losing faith in facelifts. Copper twice arrests street artists. Yeah, I'm wondering if it is street artists. And maybe copper twice, two short words for a copper, which could be a policeman. Could also be CU. So maybe a policeman plus CU. And then something short for arrests, nicks, street artists. Something to do with graffiti, buskers. No. Top one, working hard. No. Yeah, I'm not sure about facelifts. Is there another kind of treatment? Face masks? Masks or bags? Face sacks? Yeah, I don't know. One played music in independent school. Oh, I wonder if it could be an old instrument. Independent can be I from the independent newspaper. And then a three-letter school. One played music. No. How about Frenchman and wife to start again? Well, whenever I see again, and I think it's part of the definition, then I think of a R-E, and then wife would be W. So renew, I think the Frenchman is Rene. All right, finally have one. What does that do for our... Do I see... Oh, I think there might be a word conic, and to do somebody might be to cheat them or to con them, plus the IC. I think that comes from text speak. Oh, now this does pressure on one in debt, lower interest, snap quickly in early meeting. Early meeting could be dawn chorus, dawn working breakfast. Oh, I think we had this before, and it means that facelifts is wrong, which I'm not too upset about. Oh, we did have a clue before where the answer was power breakfast, which was not something I'd heard of. I think I've heard of a power lunch, but power breakfast seemed wrong. But I think that is the early meeting. So pressure is P, on one in debt is an O'er, and then snap quickly is break fast. So yeah, that's again one where if I had not done that clue, oh, it might be 6 months ago, then I probably would not have been able to work that out so quickly. Definitely the more you do these, the easier they get, which of course is what you would expect. Oh, well, yeah, I do think the C is right, so maybe it is face packs. Yeah, I suppose you pack your bags. Oh yeah, sorry, they're nouns, so plural nouns. Bags could be packs. Yeah. I I don't it's funny you get one meaning of a word in your mind and then it's very hard to reorient yourself. All right, so now our unsociable hours mainly face getting sacked. No, I don't see that. How about live TV? He is playing with one musician. So musician again. No, other than playing being an anagram indicator, but how can we get 9 letters out of live TV? He is. Oh, maybe it's live TV. He. No, sorry, that's maybe live TV. He. That gives us 8 letters. And then if we follow that with W, ooh, R with I for one. and it's a musician. Two V's, but I'm wondering if, yeah, if it could be maybe in a famous Italian musician ending in I with two V's and an H. Yeah, I think that's going to be it, but I'm just not seeing it. All right, one wild rock singer at the start takes off. All right, I think singer at the start is going to be, or sorry, takes top off. All right, so I think, well, I was thinking singer at the start might be the S, but then start takes top off might be tart. No, I don't see that. Unless it is a word for taking the top off something, like a barber would take the top off maybe, but uncorks. Could, if you uncork a wine bottle, you take the top off. And we do have an anagram of rock, which would be wild rock. And then singer at the start is the S. So UN then, it was the French for one. But funny that we wouldn't get some sort of indication that it is the French. So I may have that completely wrong, but I'm going to leave it in for now. Hill backing Red Bull's sporting rivals. I think this is a reference to Formula One. Isn't Red Bull a team? And there's the British driver. Is it Damon Hill? I think we had him in the crossword before. Backing seems like something is going to be reversed. Could it be Damon backwards? Nomad? Our backing red could be DER. Maybe it's a hill. Maybe it's a famous hill somewhere. But am I supposed to know other Formula One teams, Red Bulls, sporting rivals, Mercedes? Yeah, unfortunately, I don't follow it. All right, perhaps miss Whiplash with this leader getting chains. All right. Yeah, I presume it is the name of a world leader of the present or the past. Perhaps Miss Whiplash getting chains. Be funny if, the definition is in the middle, this leader. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, clever surgery that's barely legal. I'm thinking because of the A, smart. That's barely legal. Smart something. What would surgery be? Cutting? Ooh, maybe it is some practice that's barely legal. So it's not going to be cutting, but something, stitching, something. No, don't see it. Places for refreshment, collecting empty, is it Retsina bottles? But empty Retsina is going to be the R and the A, I think. Yes, I think we might. Yeah, so places for refreshment would be cafes, and if they collect the empty Retsina RA, we get carafes, which are bottles. Agent making viewers stream Zoom chat. Agent could be a spy or it could be a rep. Yeah, I wonder if it's another term for a Zoom chat. Maybe a more generic one. Web, something web. No. Stress too much on the subject of government. Yeah, I think to stress something too much might be to overstate it. And I think on the subject of could be over. I don't think it fits as well as on or about or re, but I think it could be over and then government could be state. It's one I'm not 100% sure of, but I'll leave it in. Loincloth with organ visible in the middle. The only 5-letter loincloth I can think of is dhoti, the Indian garment. But I'm not seeing. Oh, well, we do have visible in the middle would be the middle letter, the I. But then DHOT would be organ. I'll put it in and we'll see how that does. All right, place to meet European. Is it a double definition, a place to meet? European is often simply the letter E, so maybe it's a 3-letter word to meet plus E is going to give us a word for place. Oh, well, I think maybe to meet is to sit, plus E would be a site. Well, 20 down doesn't look like it's going to be plural. But I think the S is right. So this is a down clue, so therefore not like it would be a cross. One could be A, and getting angry, getting cross. All right. All right, reaching climax after old lover model. Yeah, so maybe it's a word for reaching. I'm thinking old lover is your ex, and after that we have a word for climax. And then the model we've seen before could be the Model T. Or maybe the T goes there. Yes, I think that's the way it goes actually, because a climax could be an ending and extending could be reaching. Oh, I think reaching across. So not actually reaching the spot, but reaching towards could be extending, yeah. All right, back to the downs. That was, our copper. So maybe there is a CU in it. Oh, yeah, I should have thought arrests might mean surrounds. And maybe we put ST in the middle. And that's going to give us artists. But I can't think what artists that might be. All right, that was the top one working hard. No. Switch to ITV. A rap singer appears. What was the old? They used to always talk about it on British television when somebody who was under contract to the BBC would cross over or go over to the other side to work for ITV, like Morecambe and Wise famously did. Um, but switch. Oh, maybe it's an anagram of to ITV, a rap. Yeah, I like that. It's always dicey to try the anagram helper when I don't have any letters in place. Well, even without clicking shuffle, I now see Pavarotti. All right. I wonder if the other musician, where was that one? Oh, yeah, 11. Could that be another opera singer? Anyway, one tucking into food with pastry. No, I don't get that. The tramp thread is short. Idiot bloke appears first. Oh, I'm thinking. Ooh, well, I'm thinking of somebody who was known as the Little Tramp, and his name is 7-7, and that would be Charlie. Oh, it could be Charles, but I think it's going to be Charlie Chaplin. Doty was wrong. Not too surprised by that. Yeah, but is it going to be Charles or Charlie? Let's see how the word play. Yeah, thread is short. Is that part of it? I am thinking idiot is Charlie, a right Charlie. Um, and a bloke, I think, is chap. That leaves Lin. I think thread might be link, and then that's shortened to Lin. And so it's Charlie Chap appears first. Well, we'll see. All right, we do have the H and the V, so I'm going to try live TV. He. And now is it going to be a W or an I? Let's try the I think is more likely. Oh, well, it's not, excuse me, the letters in the anagram, but Beethoven would fit the H and the V. Yeah, yes, because I just realized to live is to be. And then we have he, TV, and I think it's with ONE. Okay. I think, oh, hold on. I've mixed up my O and my E. There we go. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I think musician is Beethoven. Is there a classical music theme today? I don't think so. I think it's just those two. All right. So now I think our artists must be cubists. So there is the street and copper twice. Well, we have CU and then we have BIS. Now, how is that copper? Well, maybe it's not cubist, but C something B. especially if it's CU for copper B. What else could it be? All right, I'll leave it in for now, but we will check it at 15 squared at the end. Top one, oh, top. What's a word for top? It could be a top you wear. Could be top the verb. Oh, a sweater. Ah, yes. So one working hard might be a sweater. I was wrestling with my dishwasher yesterday and I have to finish that today. So definitely I was working hard and sweating over that. Anyway, one tucking into food with pastry. No, nothing. Oh, well, bun. No. Okay. Able to suck in stomach muscles. Angled to attract men. Wow. Well, stomach muscles surely are abs. So ab. And then angled. Where's the definition? Able? Are. No, I think it must be attract men. But where would I think we suck in and then angled. What is angled doing? Oh, could angled be bent at the end? Yeah, I'm thinking of the word abhorrent, but that doesn't mean anything there, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. And I was thinking because of bent goes around, but I'm also using the B for ab. So I think it must be something like abs. Yeah, abs. No, that's a tricky one. All right, dieting to mind figure ultimately, hardly. So I think it might mean the opposite of dieting. And it would be a word for dieting that's going to mind or surround the last letter of figure. Yeah, I don't see that. All right, standard time for delivery. It's not gestate, is it? Standard time for delivery, no. Turn back on deal mostly. Maybe turn back on is the definition and it's most of a word for deal. Deal can be wood, of course, but a bargain of some kind, no. Information is for bottled spirits, question mark. Well, information can be Jan. So I'm wondering if it could be I think we had this before too, the plural of genie, but I think genii, however you pronounce it, is the plural of genius, or maybe just people jokingly say, you genii come up with a solution. All right, I'm going to pause and look up the plural of genie in a bottle. Yeah, and I do vaguely remember this before and being surprised, but the plural can be gen with two eyes. And I just realized information is gen, and that isn't is, it is eyes. Very tricky because I think we would normally put an apostrophe to show it's the plural of the letter I. Anyway, that is very tricky. And of course, bottles, spirits is a cryptic way to define a genie. All right, so now this loincloth with organ visible in the middle. No, I don't know any other word for a loincloth, or maybe it means in the middle. No. How about our agent? Well, we have an A and a G. Could it be an anagram of agent? What could that be? No, I don't see it. Our clever surgery. Oh, I do think this might be an ing. Smart. That's barely legal. No. If that is a G, dieting to mind figure, ultimately, hardly. No, I don't see that. Ooh, we do have some good letters for our Miss Whiplash. Oh, something restraint. Yes. Perhaps Miss Whiplash. So I think it must be a four-letter word at the beginning that sounds like a person. Well, I do like restraint, but this leader getting, oh, this leader could be a T, maybe? Getting chains. Is there some phrase like somebody who's arrested or has to be subdued for some reason, they're under body restraint or full restraint? No, I don't see it. All right. Okay, so unsociable hours, mainly face getting sacked. Is there something where we remove FACE from something for hours mainly or mainly unsociable? Yeah, I'm running through the vowels to see what might come between the F and the R. Or it could, yeah, I think face getting sacked is wordplay. So unsociable, I'm thinking. No, don't see it. Ooh, we have good letters for this one. I'm thinking of something like a Toreador, so it might be a bull's sporting rivals. And this is one I think we had a similar word before, where it was another form of Toreador. I want to say, yeah, so a hill can be a tor, and then I think we often see red and sore as synonymous. So I think we're backing the word for red, sore, and we get toreros. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check this one. It is right, thank goodness. All right, that was a nice one. I like that. All right, one tucking into. Yeah, it might be somebody who, I don't know, who tucks in a way nothing to do with food. with pastry. Oh, well, a Danish. A Danish is a pastry. And then goes into one goes into DANSH. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like that one. That would make this something like one played music in independent school. I can only think of an iPad. Yeah, let me check Danish. It is right, but no idea why it is. So then, yeah, I think I'm going to go to wordplays.com and see what other four-letter words have that P and D. It's not the iPad, it is the iPod. I think a lot of people miss their iPods. So the definition is one played music. Independent is I, and it's not an educational school, it's a school of whales, also known as a pod. All right, that's the Northeast. Yeah, let's try and get the Northwest done. Yeah, I'm going to pause, think about it, and if I can't think of a word that fits, I'll use wordplays.com. Well, I was thinking about it some more, and I thought hours mainly could be just the word hour. And then face is another four letters to give us eight. And maybe getting sacked is an anagram indicator. So let's try our face because we have three of those letters. And it's going to mean unsociable. No. Where's the H going to go? Oh, maybe it should be OURS instead of HOUR. So that H might be an S. Unsociable. No, the U is very awkward. Trying to get something around that. No, I think I'm going to have to go to word plays for this one. Well, I was right. I'm sure I saw something very close to this, but just do not know the word farouche. Wordplays defines it as fierce, so I suppose it can also mean somebody who is fierce and unsociable. All right, so now our perhaps Miss Whiplash with this leader getting chains, high restraint, hand restraint. Yeah, nothing is coming to me on that. And this was our able to suck in angled to attract men. Could that be the definition? I don't even know what it would mean. Angled. Oh, it could be men as in soldiers. But I still don't see it. Yeah, how about the clever surgery? Of course, I'm not sure about that ing at the end. Barely legal. Of course, I'm wondering if it's a pun on barely. but I'm not thinking of a good punning word like naked or, yeah. No, don't see it. Yeah. All right, this one I think I'm going to put in. What do I think is more likely? I think hand restraint maybe. Let's check it. No. Oh, the D is right. Hood, head restraint. Ah. Oh, that's very clever. So it's a way to avoid or miss whiplash in a car would be to have a head restraint. And the leader, I think that's a little misleading, the this leader part, but that's a head. And then restraint could be chains. All right. That was a very tricky one. All right. It does give us. Oh, so maybe we begin with abs. Able to suck, maybe? Could that be right? Yeah, I'm wondering if it is ab and then maybe a word for angled, and maybe we literally put in men, ab, able to suck. Um, Angle then would be something or T. No, not seeing it. All right, I had to go to wordplays.com and I saw the word absorbent. And I thought, oh yeah, that might mean able to suck in, as in suck in water or liquid. So our stomach muscles, and then angled to attract men. Well, I hope it's not using the very insulting term bent, or certainly it used to be back in my school days. Um, R, orb, maybe? Orb. Yeah, because we don't have MEN, but maybe it is some other soldiers. There's so many. Oh, the OR. Ah, yeah. So bent is angled, and then that attracts or surrounds the OR, and I can never remember what Rangers or something they are, but that is some soldiers. All right. Tricky one. All right. Yeah, this is looking like smart. Smart. But I don't see it. Standard time for delivery. I don't see that. And then those letters are so generic. Could be a lot of words, I'm sure. Passage, message. A message gets delivered, but I don't think that's it. I think I'm going to put, oh no, yeah, of course, if it's smart, then that would be a T. Oh, maybe standard is the definition. Time is T, and then for delivery, I can only think of test date. Um, no, not seeing it. Uh, Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm going to use word plays for this one too. Well, I'm thinking the time might be age, and so then we have some word which isn't going to begin with T, I think, is going to mean standard, and then the whole thing means delivery. So I don't know if post can mean standard. I don't think so. I'm going to try that. It is right. I am absolutely amazed. I can see how maybe, well, to me, postage is how much you pay for the delivery, the postage, yeah, the amount to be paid, postage paid. I don't know if postage can mean delivery. And then how does post mean standard? Unless I'm completely reading this wrong. Ah, so now I think clever must be sharp. Ah, yeah, there is. I think a sharp practice. Ah, yes, and oh, now here we come to a tricky. Is it going to be the CE ending, or I think it's going to be the SE? I think it's the more common British spelling. But yeah, surgery, a doctor's surgery might be their practice, and a sharp practice is doing something that's right on the borderline of being legal. Let me go ahead and check that. Ah, it's the other way. Dang it. All right. I don't mind that one too much though. All right, turn back on. It must be a re-word. On deal. Oh, I think on might be re, and then deal might be the remaining 5 letters. Mostly. Well, deal can also be in cards to pass out the cards. Turn back on, retreat, of course. Oh, yes, and a deal could be a treaty. There we go. Finally, one I'm confident in. All right, agent making viewers stream Zoom chat. Yeah, I don't see this. Oh, I just thought of a 2-word phrase. Tear gas. And it's an agent, as in a chemical agent, that makes eyes water, makes viewers stream. Now, where is the Zoom chat? Ah, yeah, so I think if you zoom around, you move quickly, you tear about, and then a chat, just talking to someone mindlessly, might be a bit of a gas. You're gassing, or a gas bag. But we will check that one. Wow. All right. Let me use wordplays.com for this one because I cannot think of something that means a loincloth. Well, there is linen, which I suppose is a cloth, but I don't get it. Let's check this one. No. All right, let's reveal it. Lungi. That means nothing to me, other than I do remember there was an actress, wasn't there, Sherry Lungi? I think she might have spelt it differently. I wonder what happened to her. Anyway, let me look up Lungi and see what that means. Well, apparently it's something like a sarong, again, something that goes around the waist in the Indian subcontinent. And Sherry Lungi indeed was Lunghi. Guinevere in what was the one of the early versions of the King Arthur, I think. Um, Excalibur, I think that was the one she was in. All right. Dieting to mind. Oh, I never looked at the wordplay. So the organ, I think, is the lung, and then visible in the middle is the eye. All right. All right. Dieting to mind figure ultimately hardly. Well, must be ing. Oh, feasting, yes, of course. I should have thought of another word for dieting might be fasting, although it's a little more extreme form of dieting. And then we put the last letter of figure inside it. All right, well, that was a tricky one today from Tramp. Let's check all. Everything else is still there. All right, let's see what they're saying over at 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Lunapic. He says, Tramp provided this morning's head scratcher. Oh, and it took a bit longer than average. I'm not sure of a couple of parsings, but of course, the commenters to the rescue. Yeah, Toreros was a very good clue. All right, the ones I wasn't sure about. Uncorks, yeah, on is just simply one. Not sure about that. Yeah, and I think he missed the perhaps a way to avoid whiplash. But I'd like to know why this leader, maybe someone can explain that. 22 tear gas, yeah, just Zoom and chat. All right. On the downs, Cubus. Oh, bis means twice. Now, why does that? And then arrests too, I would question. To me, arrests would mean takes in. And so ST should be, oh no, sorry, the ST is within the bis. So sorry, I was looking at the wrong S, but that's the S of bis at the end, all right. Danish, an, oh, as in the indefinite article, an might be one thing, and that tucks into dish, of course, is food. Yes. And then 18 post is standard. Oh, maybe as in a wooden post, I don't know, where you fly a standard. I still don't get that one. Ba, 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 ba. Perhaps Miss Whiplash with this. All right. And so the leader, this leader, I shouldn't have read together. Leader then is head. Now I get it. Red is sore reversed, yes. Farouche, new word to me too. I must look up that bis and understand why that means twice. I presume someone in the comments is going to explain it. Now, Tim says no foreign indicators needed for on. Oh, it's English dialect for one or him. Ah, yes, like he's a wrong un. Okay, I do see that. An upright post, pillar or stick can be a standard. Yeah, it's a very obscure meaning, I feel. But just looking for any bisses. No, I'm gonna have to look for that one on my own, I think. Yeah, yeah, but I still don't agree with the definition of postage as delivery, but anyway, maybe it's a geographic thing. Yeah, could you parse postage as for delivery? Um, yeah, I wonder if anyone is going to answer that. Anyway, that was a very tricky one for a Tuesday. Makes me worry about the rest of the week. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.